Fired for talking about my salary. The headline says it all. I was just terminated because I was talking to another employee about my salary. According to my boss, it was stirring up trouble by talking about my salary. So, they terminated me. Maybe my salary wouldn't stir up trouble if they paid people what they were worth. Edit. I was a contractor, if that makes a difference. Also, I am not going to sue them because I don't really have the resources to do that. It will be too much trouble for very little outcome. I did, however, file a complaint with the state and will be filing a complaint with the feds when I get a chance. If you're a contractor, you're technically not an employee. Your recourse would be breach of contract depending on the terms of your agreement. Also, a lot of employers try to skirt the law so they don't have to carry you as an employee and hire you as an independent contractor. Source. For the downvoters, https www.irs.gov/businesses/small-business-employed/independent-contractor-defined. One of the main differences, legally, is that contractors make their own schedule. If the employer has control over your schedule, you're a W-2 employee. Then you should report them for 1099 fraud to your state's Department of Treasury. Governors cracked down on this like a MFER, especially when they sending out tons of PPP loans. During COVID, the IRS doesn't take tax evasion lightly. Also edited to link Form 3949A, which is how you report an employer for fraudulently classifying employees as independent contractors. https://www.ers.gov/pub/ers-pdf/f3949a.pdf. Your daily reminder that no one here knows what the fuck they are talking about. Myself included. That said, a quick Google search seems to indicate that contractors are not covered by the NLRB. Don't be like the guy who got laughed at and fired when he confidently informed his boss that he had a legal right to discuss salaries. To which his boss replied, "You're a manager. Asshole." Salary discussion as protected speech. Go get a lawyer, they fucked up. Folks, the National Labor Relations Act does not apply to independent contractors. If you're a contractor, you don't have the same protections employees have under the NLRA. But your contract language should have some degree of protection in there for you against arbitrary termination of the contract. That's something contractors tend to forget about. Contracts cover responsibilities for both parties. Edit. The more I think about this, the more I need details. What exactly were you doing for the establishment? Worker misclassification is a major problem in this country, and there's a real possibility that if the circumstances of this matter were actually tested, you'd be considered an employee rather than a contractor. Who set your hours? How were you paid? Frequency. Method. How was your compensation determined? Where were you required to report? To whom did you report in the company? To what degree did they direct your work? Did you use your own equipment or theirs? Were you able to work for another company at the same time? If you needed assistance, could you hire your own help? Were there other employees at the establishment doing similar work as you? Were other similarly situated workers provided any kind of benefits? So yeah, being a contractor absolutely is relevant in this case because you weren't fired by your boss. Your contract was terminated by a customer before you expected it to. If you're an independent contractor, i.e., you're filing 1099s, then you or your boss and your customer both hold the right to terminate for any reason, provided you are paid up through the contract termination date. The NLRB doesn't care about, and the FLSA does not apply to individuals that are not employees of the company. Now, did they fuck up and give you a reason they were ending your contract? Yes. Have they done anything illegal? By your account? Probably not. Hell, I've let contractors go because they were being assholes. It's very easy to do. That's part of the risk that comes along with managing your own work and schedule, which is in theory the biggest advantage to being a contractor. Sue them. If you were a contractor instead of a direct employee, they shouldn't be terminating you at all without citing a direct breach of your contract language. I'm betting you were miscategorized on top of being illegally terminated. Lawyer time. Does the contract have a start date and an end date? Does it spell out the job? Is the company in violation of the contract? That's specifically illegal to fire you for that law. Name and shame. That's illegal. Federally illegal. Make them pay. I would contact the NLRB anyway. A contractor, i.e. a temp, is not the same thing as an independent contractor. In any case, a few minutes on the phone with an NLRB representative will end up in them telling you either have a valid complaint or not. Don't trust the Rondo weirdo here who is obsessively saying the NLRB doesn't cover this. They may or may not. But it's free to ask them, so I'd go ahead and do that. The other thing is that if there is anything in the onboarding paperwork, contract, or policy sheet stating you can't discuss salary or will be fired, that's usually uniform among all employees, and that by itself is enough to get the NLRB to take your case. At the very least, with that you could force the company to change their policy and force them to announce to all employees that prohibiting discussion of pay is no longer their policy. What company is this? Put them on blast. I don't care if they paid people their worth or not. You can and should talk about your salary like it's the game telephone. In fact, the feds recommend it. I'm sure someone will further educate you down the thread. That's entirely illegal. You don't have to pay to sue them. The NLRB will do that for you. Also, this is why unions are great. You see a union contractor, try that shit. All you have to do is cry, "Steward," and you'll have a paycheck in your hand before you even pick up the phone to call the hall. Yeah, this is illegal. I'm pretty sure you can sue them. In my opinion, they don't want people to discuss salary because they don't want to let on how much less some people, i.e. women, are being paid for the same work. Seems to me that if it's your salary, it should be your business who you tell it to. Didn't we agree to name names so other people can take action or save their asses?
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.